Right, so today's video, I'm just going to show you a quick clip of how I go about just starting to teach a loose leash walk, basically. The only real tools that I use here is a regular old martingale collar that you'd find on most greyhounds, and this is a 15-foot long line, 5 meters, whichever system you want to use. And all I really do is I give him a lot of slack in the leash, so I can show him that there's a point where it's good, and then when pressure comes on, he needs to work out how to switch that pressure off, and that just means coming towards where the pressure comes from. What people see with dogs that pull on a lead is they pull on the lead and the person keeps walking forward, and the dog then thinks that to continue the walk they need to keep pulling into the lead and choking themselves out. And I guess you'll sort of see on George here, obviously when he's been walked, he's got a bit of a bald spot there, and so he's pretty good at pulling into a lead constantly. So he's actually already a lot better than he was just from doing little exercises like this. So just watch and you'll sort of get the idea. So to try and break down what that was, once I noticed that he was checked out and he was sort of more interested in the environment, or just if he wasn't paying attention or he was forging ahead a little bit, I start out with making 90-degree turns if the space allows for it, if it's nice and wide, or otherwise I just do a little 180, and then I walk slowly the opposite way to which he's going, and then what will happen is he'll feel the tension come on his lead, and it's not about wrenching him round. I don't want to spin him round in the other way. I want to put a light bit of pressure on him, and he will feel that, and he'll go, I know what this means. I need to follow. I need to follow where that pressure comes from. And then when he turns around and looks back and sees that 15 feet down the road, he goes, oh, where's he going? And he follows me. And so you can do this exercise, and you want to do it in lots and lots of different places. I'm just doing it just on the road at the moment. It's really good because it's the road's quite wide, and there's obviously no people driving around really at the moment. So it's good. Like I can make 90-degree turns, I can make 180 turns, whatever. But as you go through it, he will start preempting when you turn and things like that, and he will work it out. You can shorten up the lead, so you go from having a 5-meter lead, and then you only give him 4 meters worth of space, and then you come down 3, 2, and then you've eventually got your average 6 to 4 foot lead that he's following you around nicely on. The other thing I find that really helps with loose leash walking is something I did in one of my earlier Instagram stories was having him just tied to me on an umbilical lead, and that way there, when I'm particularly doing it when I'm moving around the house or moving around the yard, like doing a poo pickup or whatever, and he'll have to follow me, and in doing that he will yield to leash pressure as he feels it, and follows me around, and things like that. So it's another good way to do it. Now the other thing you might notice is that even when he gets it right, I'm not making a big song and dance about it. It's not a big happy party. I think the mistake that some people make when they take their dogs out for a walk is that they go, oh, you want to go for a walk? Oh, let's go walkies. And then they take their dog out for a walk, the dog chokes themselves out, they bark at everything that walks along the street, and it's because the owner has induced that whole state of mind of, we're going out on a walk, it's time to be super duper aroused, we're all going to be really wound up and chase things and bark at things and act crazy. Okay, and that's, 9 times, all the time really, you don't want that when you're just going for a street walk with your dog. So everything that I do with them when I'm trying to teach him how to loose leash walk is all really calm. So I'll give him some calm praise, just good boy George, that's it, good boy. In a nice tone that it'd be arguable as to whether he understands it, but it's something that makes me feel better as a person, telling him he's doing the right thing. But you'll sort of see there, he's like, he now walks really nicely on a lead. And he, as we sort of go about our walk in the morning, he'll need a few little checkups. And all I do with that is when he wants to start forging ahead, I just spin a 180, walk slowly the other way, and then once he sort of gets to the end of the lead, the pressure will come on, and he goes, oh, I better check back in. And he comes back and he follows me, and then we can come back around and continue on with our walk. Now I just want to touch on, I'm re-watching the clips that I've just made as I stitched them all together to make this video. And I said something there about there's never a time to be crazy and highly aroused and things like that, ever. Which is not really what I meant. I meant on a walk, on a street walk, on a lead, we're not aroused, we're not over the top. It's, you kind of think of it as the idea of the street walk is exercise, training, and sometimes transportation. The times that we can be crazy and jump around and play and whatever is, when we're doing training or when we're doing zoomies in the yard or anything like that. Like, that's all still fine. That's just not what we do on the street walk, and we need to keep the idea in the dog's head that when we're out walking and we're on a lead, we're calm all the time, and nothing phases us, nothing.